Hi, my name's Madison. I work at Avon Lake Sheet Metal. I've been here for about 5 years. I graduated in 2020 from the JVS. I am part of the Vermilion District of Local 33. When I started working here, I didn't know it was part of the union. I wanted to weld, and this is one of the few shops in the local that does a lot of fabricating. I went to JVS, which is a trade school. I went there all 4 years of high school, and when you go there all 4 years of high school, you get to try out more labs than what you normally would. And when I went there, I tried out a bunch of different labs. I tried out culinary, commercial truck, carpentry, and welding. I tried out welding, and I just like welding out of the best. My favorite part about working in this shop is I like the variety of the stuff that we make. I like fabricating, but I like that we don't make the same part over and over. So I've been a part of a lot of projects, and this project behind me, that was a fun project to be on. That was just the most recent one. I like that one, but we've built big ovens in the past, which are so intricate and just so complicated and frustrating because they are so complicated. But it's also very rewarding at the end of the project when it's done. Being in Local 33 is rewarding just because the salary is good. The pay is good, it makes me want to come to work because I know what I'm doing, I'm going to get paid for it well. And then being a woman in the trade, it's cool and everything. I have some people in my personal life who they just think it's awesome that I'm in this trade. They have no clue what it's even about, and they just think it's awesome that I work with metal. I can do work that all these men can do. Okay, so for me personally, I don't think I face any challenges being a woman in this trade, in this male-dominated trade. My biggest disadvantage of me personally is just that I'm short. My dad, he was a carpenter by trade. Now he's the superintendent to this one company in Brunswick. But my brothers, I have 3 older brothers. I'm the youngest, and I'm the only girl. We grew up on a farm, and I think this is where this came from, building stuff. I think that's why I like doing this. We would bale hay, and you'd have something break on the hay baler that you have to fix. I've always known hard work, and this trade is very hard. It's very hard, but it's very rewarding. But yeah, my brothers, they build scaffolding for my uncle's company. Nobody welds. My brother Brennan builds decks. Nobody welds, nobody fabricates, nobody works with mud. Nobody does this. It was just off a whim that I do it. If I was a sheet metal worker, I'd probably be a veterinarian. I probably wouldn't even be in the trades. At least I don't think so. When I was a little girl growing up, I always wanted to be a vet. What it made me interested in animals and caring about them is just I grew up on a farm. I've always liked taking care of cows and pigs and dogs, and we had ducks growing up. I have 4 goats, and I think my one is pregnant. So I should be having a baby goat soon, which is a kid. And I have 2 dogs, and I'm gonna be getting ducks and chickens soon. It's kind of funny. I have a puggle, which is a pug beagle, found her on the side of the road, and kept her ever since. And then she was in heat, and she ended up having babies with my brother's dog, which is a red heeler. So I have a red heeler cross beagle, cross pug. And she's amazing, she's awesome. Yeah, I have my own farm now. I raise goats and I have dogs and whatever. I want to get more into breeding goats outside of work as a hobby and sell goats to 4-H'ers. I think I just want to do it more so for the enjoyment. I think the biggest takeaway from being a woman in this trade that I can say is that just don't be afraid to do stuff and to go out of your comfort zone to try different things. If I didn't start welding when I was in high school, because I was the only girl in my lab too, I wouldn't be where I'm at now. But also, you can't let that scare you being the only one the only one in the room because at a lot of job sites, I'm the only girl. In my welding welding lab at school, I was the only girl. In my apprenticeship, I was the only girl in my apprenticeship class. You can't let that scare you. And really lean into being different and just, you'll be fine.